They say in Los Angeles, everyone's a star. Tonight, we've got 5 stars looking to win the biggest prize in podcasting. Who will draft the box office bombs and who will get the biggest haul of them all? The movie draft is on the clock. This is Up for Debate, episode number 111, recorded April 22nd, 2018, the 2018 Summer Movie Draft. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this extra special edition of Up for Debate. I'm Sean Jennings, joined as always by my co-host, the executive producer of this film, Mr. Matt Mariani. Hello, Matt.
I didn't know you were going to be announcing me, Sean.
I do it at the top of every episode, Matt. I got to be honest. Shouldn't be that much of a surprise.
Welcome to our Summer Movie Draft 2018.
Yes, thank you, Matt. We have got a cavalcade of stars, as I mentioned here, and a packed slate, so let's get right into it. Our sort of table of contents for this episode. We're going to recap and wrap up the Winter Movie League. Then we're going to introduce our players, explain the rules, and get into drafting our 30 movies. And let's start with last winter because we had a record breaker of a tournament. 30 movies now come and gone. And I know you guys are dying to know the winner, but before we get to that, I do have to announce some interesting, you know me, I'm a stats guy. This coming summer will be the 5th time we've done it, so the winter was the 4th. We had 2 new entrants in the $1 billion club, which was very exciting. Previously, only $1 billion player ever, me, and now we've added 2 more to the club. Congratulations to both Dan and Sarah, and that's right, Kaylee and Brian, right? Who was the other $1 billion team?
Not us.
No, who was it?
I think it was Phil.
Oh, Phil and Heather. It was Phil and Heather.
Phil.
Congratulations. Well, I wrote everything. I have a note card full of notes. I didn't write that down. That they now hold the records for the 2nd and 3rd highest grossing team of all time. I still hold the record, you'll be happy to know, by a mere $3 million.
Oh, damn it.
So crazy close. So that's okay. But still, congratulations to both of you. We also had some other fun stats from the winter. It was the 2nd, if you totaled up all the movies, all 30 movies, it was the 2nd highest grossing league so far. We had the 2nd lowest ever team total. Sorry, Mike and Laura, who came in last place. The record is still held by Dan with $298 million. We also had the 3rd
Mike
best...
and Laura are so sad they had to go to Disney World to get over it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're tearing up right now on Space Mountain. We also had the 3rd best value movie, so we always compete for every dollar you bid, how much do you earn. The 3rd best value was The Greatest Showman for $28 million. Congratulations on that. The record is still it's a tie. Matt and I both bought movies worth $40 million each per dollar, The Jungle Book and Secret Life of Pets. We also had the 2nd worst value movie of all time. Sorry, Matt, The Snowman, which was pretty abysmal. But the record for the record for the worst value movie is still held by Dan. Sorry, Dan.
What was the movie?
It was The Comedian, which the Snowman did I think $677,000 per dollar. The Comedian did $237,000 per dollar. It was extremely bad. Sorry, Dan. Don't take it personally. And lastly, my one last stat before we get to the winner, we had the highest grossing movie ever, Black Panther, $681 million. However, not enough to send the winner into the finale. Do you guys want to know how we ended up at the conclusion of the 2017 Winter Movie League?
Sure.
The suspense is here. The trophy ceremony, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's announce the winner. In last place, as I mentioned, a fair effort, Mike and Laura, the Gooper Troopers, $306 million. Last place, sorry guys. In 4th place, The Full Johnson Experience, Matt and Katie, $525 million. In 3rd place, MC Squared, Kaylee and Brian, $567 million. Then we get to our top 2, our $1 billion teams. In 2nd place with an incredibly impressive $1.029 billion, Phil and Heather. I can't believe the film wasn't better. And now, drumroll please, pleased to introduce the winner and champion of the 2017 Up for Debate Winter Movie League with a almost record-shattering $1.159 billion. May the first be with you, Dan and Sarah. Congratulations. Now I present to you, as I mentioned before the show, I wasn't able to get 2 of the same trophy, but they are of equal value. Let me begin by presenting Sarah with her trophy here. Congratulations.
Woo!
You get
so shiny.
You get your stars right there. Has your name on it and everything. And let me award this one to Dan Miller, your teammate. Congratulations, guys. Let's give him a round of applause. Great job. These will be mailed to your homes.
I was booing that.
Thanks.
Really brings the stakes of this tournament into focus, doesn't it? Reminds us why we're all here. So congratulations. We've never had a repeat winner, by the way, in the history of the contest. Will that change this time? We're going to find out. Let's get into our players for this time around. And we've got slightly less of them, but that's okay because we like them more. We've got 5 players/teams joining us tonight. Let's go around the horn and introduce everybody. I'm going to ask everyone to introduce themselves. And why don't you tell us what movie you're looking forward to most this summer? And we'll start with one of our champions, Dan Miller. Dan. You're muted, Dan.
Really? Am I muted still?
Not anymore.
Oh, interesting. I was pressing the mute button and it looked like nothing was happening.
Skype is literally the worst.
Yeah, sorry about that. The movie I'm looking forward to the most. Honestly, I'm looking forward to The Incredibles 2 the most because it's been so long since the first one came out, and every time I watch a what are those people called? Pixar?
Yeah.
Movie. Since then, I'm like, man, I can't wait until Incredibles 2 comes out. And this year's my year.
Yeah, it's gonna be the bomb. It's gonna be great. Pixar's had a couple of down films, so I think it's time for them to really bounce back. Let's introduce your co-reigning champion, Sarah Donovan. Sarah, welcome.
Happy to be here.
What movie are you looking forward to most this summer?
It's a tough one. There's Ocean's 8. There's Mamma Mia. Here we go again. But I think I have to go with Ant-Man and the Wasp. I like the Marvel movies that have superheroes that you can count on one hand. And that seems like that will be the case with this one.
Certainly, we know of at least 2, so
yeah,
we'll start there. Very good. Let's introduce my co-host on the show. You know him every week. He joins us, whether you like it or not. It is Mr. Matt Mariani. Hello, Matt.
Hello, Sean.
What movie are you looking forward to this summer?
Well, looking at this list of movies here, I'm going to have to go with Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, just because that's exactly kind of sums up my feelings about all of this right now.
What does that mean?
I'm glad you're so happy to be here.
But thanks for having me on the...
You're here every week, Matt.
Thanks for having me on my show.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks for inviting me back every week, Yeah, I know you could have easily replaced me by like some kind of robot by now.
It's a short leash, but you haven't broken it yet.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
There you go. What is this, the 4th or 5th one we're doing?
This will be the 5th, if you can believe it. We've come a long way. All right, let's continue on to our teams. We've got 2 teams this time around, and we will start with, Colby and Emily. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
And Emily, this is your first movie league.
Yes, it is. Happy to be here.
Welcome. What
You're welcome.
what movie are you guys looking forward to this summer?
Well, I'm pretty excited about the first Purge. I haven't seen any of the other Purge movies, but I feel like this is the one.
That's a good one to start. It's the first one, Now's the time to get involved.
I've been waiting till they got to the first one so I could watch them all in chronological order instead of release order.
Yeah, when you heard about the chronologically first Purge movie, you're like, you know what? This is a series that's definitely going to have some prequels at some point, so I'm going to hold off.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely thought they were going to make a sequel.
This is Star Wars material right here, is what you were thinking.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was thinking, since Sarah chose Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm going to say I'm most excited for Deadpool 2. I really enjoyed the first one, and I do love me some TJ Miller. About he's not on this season of Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm. Well, The Merc with a Mouth is back, and it should be an exciting, certainly vulgar film. Oh my God, I sound like such an old man when I say that. That's terrible. Those vulgar street youths.
The music's too loud, too.
It sure is. Well, welcome. And finally, last but certainly not least, our final team, Kaylee and Brian, return. Hello, folks.
Hello.
Hello. What movie are you looking forward to this summer?
I'm also excited about Deadpool 2. First one was very funny. And Incredibles 2. It's been a long time coming. So.
Well, yeah.
Definitely an action-packed summer. Jurassic World, dinosaurs. But I want to actually go and see Sicario 2 because I heard great things about the first one.
Yeah, very well
That's
received.
Maybe one of the few movies here that is probably a little different, even though it's still action, guns, and violence and all that, good American stuff. But, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got 30 movies here we're going to be taking a look at tonight. This is just a fraction of them. And the good news is, at some point, every single one of them is going to be owned by one of you. So let's get started. Here's how the rules are going to work. If you're just joining us, this is your first draft. Let's break it down. As I mentioned, 30 movies will be drafted this evening. We've got our 5 teams/players, each with 100 fake dollars. They are not real dollars. They are fake, and they will spend them on the movies. It is a draft, so whoever bids the most gets it, using our automatic Draftotron 9000 drafting machine. Thank you, Dan Miller, for putting that together for us. And it will kind of compute and do all the work. We'll count down the timers, and it will do the draft. If at any point there is a technical glitch, we will rerun the draft for that particular movie. I hope that doesn't happen, but you never know. I highly encourage you all to spend as much money as possible because any money left over at the end you do not get to keep. So go for go for all your money if at all possible. And one last note, every single movie will be sold even if it's only for $1. If a movie sits there, someone needs to bid on it because we will sell all of them. So that is our policy. Does anyone have any questions before we begin?
Yes.
Yes.
How long do we have to bid?
That is an outstanding question. There will be a 6-second countdown timer into the bid. And then from the time the highest bid is placed, a 6-second timer will start. And it will reset every time a new bid is placed. And, by the way, you all give me feedback. I can adjust on the fly if we think that is too short. We can always add time as well. But I think based on what happened last time, I think 6 is a reasonable number. So we'll see.
Good Sean, question. I have a question.
Okay, Matt.
Sean, can you, really quickly, can you summarize to me the plot of Crazy Rich Asians without using the words crazy, rich, or Asian?
I can, but we don't have the time. I'm so sorry. We've got to roll out here. You know what, Matt? When we get to that film, I promise you I will. How's that?
Okay.
Deal.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, very good. Well, let's dive into our first movie, and it is arguably one of, if not the biggest movie of the summer, Avengers: Infinity War. It's the 19th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the sequel to 2015's Age of Ultron. It is one of the most expensive movies ever made. Fun fact, it makes sense after its predecessor grossed $459 million domestically and over $1 billion worldwide. It comes out on April 27th. Avengers: Infinity War. Let's get the clock rolling. The bidding is going to start right about now. We've got 5, 10, 16 right off the bat. Matt in with 40. Big, not fooling around. In it to win it. Dan at 45. We've got, we're hanging at 45 here. 1 second. Oh, and 46 at the 49 to Sarah. And the clock is running out. 50 to Dan. 3, 2, no, 51. Slightly outbid. We're over the $50 mark here. $52 to Kaylee and Brian. 53 to Sarah. We're inching our way up as these guys bid. I'll remind everybody, great way to watch this episode is on video because we have all the bid happening right visually. And I'm shocked. $53 to Sarah. Congratulations. You own it.
Why are you shocked, Sean?
I thought it would have gone for more, but I'm not playing, so I'm going to confirm that auction sold. $53, our first movie out the door to Sarah, spending a little over half her budget, but maybe she knows something we don't. So congratulations, you own our first movie. We're going to roll ahead right into our second. It is Overboard. It is a remake of a 1987 film of the same name. It stars Anna Faris and is described as, quote, a spoiled playboy from a wealthy Mexican family winds up with amnesia. After falling off his yacht, a single working-class mom, played by said Anna Faris, convinces him that they are married. This rom-com is available for purchase. It comes out on May 4th. Let's go ahead and count in that bid, starting right about now. Our first bid is in. Dan for $2, Matt for $5. Not quite going to Avengers level of money here. Kaylee and Brian for $6. We're inching our way up here. Colby and Emily with $8. 8 going once, going twice, sold. Colby and Emily, your first purchase, $8 for Overboard. And you guys are allowed to comment, by the way, as we go through here.
No.
I know people like listening to me talk, but a straight hour of that, and I think people will be.
Can
done.
you learn to do the auctioneer mouth or whatever it's called?
I've thought about it and then realized what just a horrifically bad plan that would be to just.
That's such an applicable skill to other parts of your life, though.
I mean, considering I spend 2 hours a year auctioneering, it might be worth time to get some real formal lessons. Just make the investment; it'll pay off.
Next coffee and beer outing.
Yes, auctioneer lessons. Oh my god. On that note, let's roll into our third movie here, Breaking In. This action thriller stars Gabrielle Union, and it's from the director of V for Vendetta. It has her facing off against a series of criminal convicts set on robbing her deceased father's mansion. Breaking In, coming out May 11th. It's our third film, and the bid's going to start for it right now. Dan quickly in with $2, not wasting any time, and the clock is running. $3 to Matt. $4 to Dan. $5 to Sarah. We're inching our way up here, slowly but surely. $5 to Sarah, going once, going twice. Sold! Sarah, $5.
Woohoo!
A $5 bargain, to say the least.
I own all the movies.
You are, that's kind of how you won the winter one, was by owning all the movies. So if it ain't broke, don't change it.
Well, I just need to find the Jumanji in this group, and I have no idea what it will be.
So then you just own all of them, and then you're covered.
Yeah,
and then you're good.
One of them will be the Jumanji.
That's right.
I heard that movie was really good. You didn't see it. It was like, people said it was good.
Well, $400 million can't be wrong.
No.
Definitely not. Movie number 4, Life of the Party. Melissa McCarthy is back in a movie most of you won't see. It's a comedy film set at a college. Her production company's last few film efforts include The Boss, which grossed $63 million, which Matt actually owned in a previous league, and Spy, which grossed $110 million. It's got a bunch of other funny ladies in it, but Melissa McCarthy, Life of the Party, coming out May 11th, and the bid starts right now. Dan is in quickly for 2. Colby and Emily at 3, and then Matt at 4. Dan at 5, inching our way up here. So far, Dan, Matt, and Kaylee Bryan, both, none of whom have a movie. Colby and Emily with 6. Seconds are ticking down. 7 to Dan. I see Kaylee and Brian talking, but we can't hear what they're saying. What are they talking about, you think? What's going through their head? What's their strategy? They won't share. $8 to Colby and Emily.
Here we go. This is our strategy. Blah, blah, blah,
Well,
blah, blah.
I just appreciated that the last time around you guys talked very loudly for all of us to hear your strategy. So lesson learned,
Mute it now.
to say the least. And
We
Life
don't
of the
want
Party.
anyone else coming in third place.
Nope. Life of the Party
Learn
gone.
where the mute button
$8.
is. We are ready.
Congratulations to Colby and Emily. You own that one. $8 for Life of the Party. They look confident in that? Yes. Yes, they're nodding their heads. All right, we're going to continue on to movie number 5, Book Club. In this film targeted to older women, Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda, and Candice Bergen read 50 Shades of Grey and use the experience to, quote, expand their lives and chase pleasures that have eluded them.
Never heard of this.
Yeah, you can read into what that means. It comes out on May 18th, and it's going to be available for bid for you in the Movie League right now. I'm thinking $50 on this one is a bargain. We've got $3 to Matt. He's in the lead right now, and the clock is running. 2, 1. No, Kaylee and Brian sweeping in $4 for Book Club. We've got Matt at 5. It's a back and forth here. Will it go above 5? 3 seconds will tell us. 1. And time is up. Matt, congratulations. Your first movie, Book Club, for $5.
Oh, you fools. This was the hidden gem. I found it. This was the Jumanji. I almost said the Jungle Book.
Well, that made a lot of money too. So
That too.
This was the secret. You guys will be sorry. So
I can't wait to play that back in 4 months. Book Club. It was going to be huge. I really believed in it.
Flock into the theaters to see Book
Club. Your mom can't get enough of Book Club. Now we've got a big movie, another franchise movie, Deadpool 2, the sequel to 2016's massive success, which grossed a then-record $363 million as the highest-grossing R-rated film ever. Ryan Reynolds reprises his role as the titular Deadpool. It is a rowdy good time for Deadpool 2, and the bidding's going to open right now. And let's see how quickly we can get this one up into the double digits. We've got Matt at 10, Colby and Emily at 11, Dan at 12. And come on, I know you guys can do better than this. Matt at 16. This is going to take forever, guys. Come on. Kaylee and Brian at 17, Matt at 21, Kaylee and Brian at 25. Dan goes to 30. Here we go. Now we're seeing some big leaps. Kaylee and Brian at 33, Matt at 35. We got 39, 40, 41. This is just so slow. 42, 43. We're chugging along here. The bids continue to roll in. 48 to Matt. 50. We've hit the 50 mark to Kaylee and Brian. They're going big on Deadpool 2. Will it pay off? We'll see. Going to top 50? Yes, Matt, 53. Wow, a nice leap there.
Whoa.
Kaylee and Brian at 54. They're not fooling around. This is more than Avengers, I want to point out. Matt at 56. Will we hit 60? A couple seconds will tell us. No, Matt owns it at $56. A big gamble. Congratulations, Matt, on that one.
We'll see if it pays off.
We sure will.
I like the combo of book club and Deadpool 2. You really hit all the audiences there.
Oh yeah, that's a demographic sweep.
Yeah.
That's my strategy right there.
Well, we'll see whose strategy this next film fits into. It's film number 7, Solo, a Star Wars story. This is the second Star Wars anthology film after 2016's Rogue One, which grossed $532 million at the box office, and it's the latest Star Wars film after The Last Jedi, which grossed $620 million. It's a guaranteed blockbuster, but will it be available for a bargain price? We're going to find out right now, as bidding opens on Solo, a Star Wars story, coming out May 25th. Immediately, Dan Miller goes right. Thank you, Dan. Goes right to $20. I appreciate that. 25 to Dan. He's hanging in there. We've got 26 to Kaylee and Brian. They just missed out on Deadpool 2, so it looks like maybe this will be their film. We'll see. Kaylee and Brian at 31. Sarah at 33. Kaylee and Brian at 35. We're at 36 to Dan. 37 to Kaylee and Brian, and we're slowly inching our way up here. Again, this is only the 7th movie, so we've still got 23 other movies we're going to be bidding on. Keep that in mind. Kaylee and Brian at 40. Sarah comes in at 42. We got a 3-way race here going on. Who will drop out first? Dan at 43. And it's hanging there. It's hanging at 43. Will he own it? Oh, my God! I cannot believe Dan just bought that movie for $43.
Oh man, if I had paid
happened?
$1 left for Infinity War.
God, that's insane to me that went for that. Wow. Congratulations, Dan. Did you think it would go for that, or do you think you?
No, I was just trying to drive up the price.
Fair enough. You own it, so congratulations. We'll see how that works out for you. We're going to move on to film number 8, Hereditary. From the massively successful studio A24, the people behind Lady Bird, It Comes at Night, and Moonlight, comes this supernatural horror film. It currently has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 100%. So will this be a breakout indie film? We're gonna see when the summer gets here, but someone's gonna own it. The bidding is open. We're already up to $6 from Matt on Hereditary. The film comes out June 8th. Dan is in at 8. We've got a 3-way race here. Matt in at 9. Kaylee and Brian are in at 10. But will it stay at 10? Going once, going twice. Sold to Kaylee and Brian for $10. Congratulations. What excites you guys about Hereditary?
I don't know. I just needed to own a movie.
It's in the genes.
It's in the genes. Okay, that's fair
I saw
enough.
the preview last night. It looked really, really creepy. So
It's the reviews are. It's like what's the John Krasinski movie that just came out? A Quiet Place.
Oh,
Quiet Place.
we just saw that last night.
Yeah, was it good?
I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's where we saw this preview. So.
Yeah, I think it's similar, strong indie horror sort of thriller. It'll be
Now,
interesting.
did anybody see Lady Bird?
Yes.
Because the makers of Lady Bird. What'd you think of Lady Bird?
It was really good, but I had a biased audience because I saw it in Sacramento in one of the theaters that's in the movie.
Oh, neat.
So
That's
they were
fun.
like cheers.
I was gonna say that movie is like a love letter to Sacramento.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. I really liked it.
Food poisoning when we tried to see it. So
Oh no.
we'd already bought the tickets though, but even with that, very enjoyable movie. Very coming of age story.
Yeah. I went to a Catholic high school, so it was like weird from that perspective. It's like my life.
A little close to home.
Yeah.
Did you ever eat the sacrament when you were hungry?
No, well, so as a non-Catholic at a Catholic high school, that was strictly not allowed. I was not. They took my parents' money to like let me go there, but I was not allowed to participate in that part.
You didn't
No.
snack on the
The
On the
wafers.
snackerment.
No,
Well, they were.
I probably could have. In hindsight, that was a missed opportunity.
No, because in the movie they're eating it out of a box, and they're like, it's not.
Let me just pour a little milk in there. You're good to go.
Add a little wine.
Oh man, that blood of Christ, whew, tasty. Anyway, oh my gosh, we are slippery slope here, so we'll move on to film number 9, Ocean's 8. In this reboot of the Ocean's 11 franchise, the first one since 2007, we join Sandra Bullock, who's not just winning Oscars, she's also trying to pull one last major heist with the help of some of Hollywood's leading ladies. It comes out on June 8th, coincidentally, and it is available for bid right now. So who's going to own it? Let's find out. Dan at $6, Kaylee and Brian at $7, and Dan going to counter that with $8. Sarah at $9. Will it capture the glory of the previous Ocean's 11 franchise, or will it go the way of Ghostbusters? We'll find out. Dan at $11. Going once, going twice, sold to Dan, $11. What do you think, Dan? Was that a bargain for you?
I think that's a great deal.
I think that's great. What do you think that'll do?
I don't know. At least 200 million.
Okay. Mark that one in the books.
They made 8 of these movies already.
No, no, it's Ocean's 8 because it's the 8 people who pull the heist. It's the 4th Ocean's 11 movie, which I totally acknowledge is confusing.
That is hella confusing.
Yeah, that's unnecessarily confusing. You're not wrong at all. All right, let's do our 10th movie. And this is a big one of the biggest movies of the summer, and one of the few animated. We only have a handful of animated movies this summer. This will be the biggest of them. Incredibles 2. This Pixar film directed by Brad Bird, the same guy who did the original Incredibles, as well as the Iron Giant and Ratatouille. It's the sequel to 2004's The Incredibles, which grossed $261 million and won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. Yeah, I know. I got kicked out too.
Uh-oh.
This is reconnecting.
Someone call IT.
Dan's IT.
Turn it off and turn it on.
Refresh. Turn it off and turn it back
Reboot
on
the
again.
router.
Log back in.
Okay, I'm back in. Is everyone?
I'm back in.
Yep.
Good job, Dan.
Dan, are you back in?
Yes.
It doesn't say you're back in.
I know, but I have to log back in.
Oh,
What's
okay.
my auth code again?
The password is Dubai. Sounds cool when you say it that way.
Okay, I'm back.
Excellent. Well, then we can start the bid on this, The Incredibles 2. It comes out June 15th. And let's see how high we can get the bid on this, baby. Those who are holding back on their budgets, now's the time. Use it or lose it. $25 to Kaylee and Brian. Tick, 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 tick. $26.30 to Dan. $31 to Kaylee and Brian. $40 to Dan. $45 to Kaylee and Brian. I need can I call you guys like Cryan or Bailey or something? Is that, which do you prefer?
Bailey.
Bailey, okay. Bailey has 47. I don't like that. I'm going to go back to Kaylee and Brian. Kaylee and Brian, congratulations. You bought it for $47. Great job. How do you guys feel about that?
Feel pretty good about it. I think that'll be a big one.
Yeah.
Do you feel incredible about it?
Whoa.
Yep. I'll take that as a yes.
Good one.
We are now 1/3 of the way through the draft. Congratulations, you've survived this long. And so let's update everyone at home on what folks own and how much money is left out
Everyone
there.
has exactly 2 movies?
They sure do. Isn't that neat?
That's crazy.
That's great. But a lot of different amounts of money spent. Let's start with the folks with the most amount of money remaining. $84. Colby and Emily. They own Overboard and Life of the Party. Second most money remaining, $46. Dan, he owns Solo and Ocean's 8. Next up, with $43 remaining, Kaylee and Brian, they own Hereditary and Incredibles 2. After that, Sarah with $42, she owns Avengers Infinity War and Breaking In. And Matt, who has spent the most money, he has $39 remaining, and he owns Book Club and Deadpool 2. A real 1-2 punch of the box office.
See, we're cornering the market.
Next up...
Before we continue, hang
Yes.
on a sec.
No, please.
Before we continue, Dan Miller.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you lean back for me in your seat just a little bit? A little bit more? A little bit. There we go. Dan Miller, what is that on your shirt? Is that a pin? What is that?
I don't know.
I wanted to
An
ask you
emblem?
about it before the show. And I didn't get the chance.
It's
What is
just
that?
it's a little piece of leather sewed into my T-shirt.
Okay.
It has
Like on purpose?
the letter N embossed in it. No, I did it by accident. I was trying to sew it onto like a vest, but I didn't realize that my pants were underneath it, and I sewed it straight through.
Happens all the time.
Nice. I really just wanted to know. I was very curious. It looked like I thought it was a magnet at first, and that you have maybe you have like a
bionic heart.
Bionic heart or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that you just didn't like my framing in the webcam, and you were giving me directorial instructions.
The light needs to hit you just so. He's got it. He's got it.
He's so
Okay.
You're so nice.
We can proceed.
We sure can with our 11th film. It is Tag. In this film, starring Ed Helms and Jeremy Renner, a group of ex-classmates meet up and organize a game of tag that finds them traveling across the country. If you can believe it, it's based on a true story. And it's coming out June 15th. Who wants to own the movie based on the playground game? It is Tag. Let's see, the bids fly in on this one. Sarah with $4, Kaylee and Brian with $5. And the clock is ticking. Sarah's going to go in for $6. Why not? Kaylee and Brian for $7. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and Sarah at the last minute sneaking in at 8. Big expectations for Tag. Kaylee and Brian at 9.
You're it.
I wasn't. If that's not the log line for the movie, then they really missed something. Congratulations, Kaylee and Brian. You own it. $9. Very nice. Your third movie. Brings you down to $34. Our next film, big franchise film, Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, in this sequel to 2015's Jurassic World, which grossed $652 million and set a record as the first film in history to gross over $500 million worldwide in a single weekend. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard reprise their roles as people who interact with dinosaurs. It is Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, coming out June 22nd. We're going to open the bid right now. Let's see the money flying for Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Colby and Emily are in at 11, Sarah 15, Matt at 20. Not fooling around, Dan at 21. Kaylee and Brian 22. Dan at 25. We're seeing a lot of bids on this one. This is about a four-way race right now. Everyone wants a piece of Jurassic World. Colby and Emily at 28. Dan at 29. And Colby and Emily at 30. 31 to Dan. We're inching our way up here. 31. Going once. Going twice. Oh, and just sniped at the last minute. But Dan is not taking that line down. He's going with $33. In the lead at the moment. 3, 2... Oh, my goodness, it's a back and forth. Colby and Emily and Dan are one-upping each other here. 35, 36, 37. Someone's going to own this, but it's whoever pays the most. That's how this works. Dan at $39. Colby and Emily, they just hit the 40 mark. Big gamble for them. They still have the most money remaining at $84. And they're not taking this one lying down. They've now inched it up to 42, now 44. Let's see how high Dan can push him on this. 44 going once? No, he's going 45. The question is, will Colby and Emily leave Dan on the hook? Colby and Emily at 46. Bid can't be beaten. I don't even know the last time I don't think I've ever seen the system say that.
It means Dan only has $46.
That's exactly right.
Oh, wait. Oh, nobody has. Oh.
Congratulations, guys. You own it. $46 by default. Colby and Emily, $46 for Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Let's lock that one in. Very nice. Next up, Brian, you were excited for this one. Sicario: Day of the Soldado. Soldado. I don't know what that is. This sequel to 2015's Sicario grossed, the original grossed $47 million and earned 3 Academy Award nominations. This film follows the drug war at the U.S.-Mexico border as it has escalated to the point where the cartels have begun transporting terrorists. That sounds bad. Sicario 2: Day of the Soldado comes out June 29th. Who is going to own a piece of this nice little franchise? Colby and Emily start us off at $2. Kaylee and Brian at 3. Sarah at 4. 5, 6 to Matt. 7 to Sarah. 8 to Matt. Will it go higher than that? 3, 2, 1, and sold. Matt, congratulations. You own Sicario 2 for $8. Very good. Your third film. Again, Matt, I like that you're really Book Club, Deadpool 2, and Sicario 2. Very different. I mean, you're really...
I'm really trying to play the whole spectrum here.
It's an interesting strategy. We'll have to see if that pays off for you. Next up, Uncle Drew. if you can believe it, a movie based on a series of commercials. Kyrie Irving reprises his character from a series of Pepsi Max commercials from 2012. This comedy stars a bevy of current and former NBA talent. It's the first film developed by PepsiCo. It is Uncle Drew, and it comes out June 29th. Will it be the breakout star or a box office dud? Who knows? Someone's got to own it, though. Will it be Colby and Emily? They're in at $1. Matt at $3. Dan at $5. Oh, man, this could be a bargain basement find. Sold! Dan Miller, $5. Look at you. Very nice. Interesting. You've also got an interesting spread, Dan. Solo, Ocean's 8, and Uncle Drew. Spreading the love around. I like it. Next up, another superhero film, as if we don't have enough of them, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's the 20th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the second Marvel film of this summer. It's the direct sequel to 2015's Ant-Man, which grossed $180 million at the box office. Paul Rudd returns to play the titular Ant-Man, and Evangeline Lilly is the Wasp. Will it do Avengers money? Probably not. But it will do something, so let's see how it does. Marvel movies, always a safe bet. Matt going all the way to $19.
Whoa.
More than half his remaining money. He's not fooling around. Dan for 20. Sarah for 21. Dan for 23. You know, it's interesting while folks are betting. Just about every team has at least one major franchise film at this point. So someone's really just trying to pad their stats and make sure they fill out. You can't win based on one movie. We learned that with Black Panther in the last league. So it's going to be interesting to see what film gets partnered with Ant-Man and the Wasp in somebody's roster. We're now at $27 for Dan, inching our way up. Will he own it? You bet you. $27 for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Congratulations, Dan. What do you think of $27 on that?
I think it'll do at least 400 million, so pretty good.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, that's a big bet considering the original only did 180.
Oh, really? No, I had my numbers wrong here.
I'm sorry. That might have been the global number you were looking. I don't. Yeah.
Did you actually do calculations, Dan?
I tried to.
Most franchises these days, if you look at past performance, you can do an okay analysis of, because they rarely do way better or way worse. They usually do a little better, a little worse. So,
Cool.
It is doable. Speaking of franchises, Colby's excited for this one. The first Purge. It's the fourth installment in the Purge franchise, which in total has grossed over $319 million worldwide. The last film, The Purge Election Year, which Colby actually owned in a previous league, was the highest grossing in the franchise with $79 million. The first Purge comes out July 4th, iconically enough. Who wants to own it? Kaylee and Brian are in for $3, Dan for $5. Kaylee and Brian for $6, Matt for $10. Most summers we usually have a sort of horror thriller breakout hit. Will it be the first Purge? We'll find out. Kaylee and Brian are in at 11. Will it go beyond that? Tick, 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 tick. No, it will not. Kaylee and Brian, $11 for the first Purge. Congratulations. Yeah, I think that partners well with Tag. But that's just my opinion.
That's the next movie in the series. The second Purge. Tag, you're it.
That would not surprise me in the slightest. Next up, one of our few animated films this year, Hotel Transylvania: Summer Vacation. It's the third film in the Hotel Transylvania series. The last one, 2015's Hotel Transylvania 2, grossed $169 million. In this one, the monsters go on a cruise. What are they doing on a cruise? You'll have to see the movie to find out. It comes out July 13th. Someone's going to own it, though. An animated movie. Very good moneymakers historically, but will this be a Pixar-level success or something smaller-level success? And I thought it was going for $4 there. We got 5 from Colby and Emily.
Me too.
Still a bargain at 5. Going once, going twice. Sold.
Oh, I tried to. Oh, never mind.
Colby and Emily, $5. Sold. Congratulations. You own it. Very nice. We'll see how that one does. Fun fact, I didn't mention this in my intro, but Hotel Transylvania 2 grossed more than the first one. So you might see growth out of this, especially considering a summer with a lack of animated options.
Is it a dearth of animated options?
That was the word I was going to use, but I didn't want to say it wrong. Thank you for helping me out.
A Darth?
A Darth. Oh, Lord. Next up, it is the 18th film in the draft, Skyscraper. In what must be a first of its kind, Dwayne Johnson stars in an action thriller film in which he must defend a skyscraper attacked by terrorists. And guys, I checked. This is not Die Hard. I thought it was. I made sure they're different. They're not the same. You're not buying Die Hard. I want to be super clear. Interestingly enough, his last comparable movie, San Andreas, grossed $155 million domestically. Skyscraper will hit theaters on July 13th. Guys, who wants a piece of The Rock? Kaylee and Brian in at 3, Dan at 5, Kaylee and Brian at 6. It's a 2-horse race at this moment. Dan for $7, Kaylee and Brian for 8. Will they own it at 8? 3, 2, 1. No, Dan sneaks in at the last minute for 9. He has $14 remaining. Will he own it? Kaylee and Brian are in at 10. Is Dan willing to stake his money on it? No. $10. Kaylee and Brian, you own Skyscraper. Congratulations. Next up, we have another action thriller film, The Equalizer 2, the sequel to 2014's The Equalizer, which grossed $101 million. Denzel Washington reprises his role as the self-proclaimed Equalizer in a bid for some of that sweet John Wick money. The Equalizer 2 comes out on July 20th. Someone's going to own a piece of Denzel. Let's see who it is here. $3 to Dan. $4 to Sarah. $5 to Dan. I think what's the cheapest movie we've sold tonight? $5, I think. I don't think we've done anything less than $5. So we're at $6 now to Sarah. Going once, going twice, and $6 sold. Sarah, The Equalizer 2 brings you now to 3 films.
Woohoo!
Woohoo is right. You big Denzel Washington fan?
Yeah. I mean, who's anti-Denzel Washington?
I mean, that is a legitimately fair question. I can't disagree with that. Next up, movie number 20. Guys, we're only 2/3 of the way through this. There's still 10 movies left, all right?
Yep.
So still a lot of things to buy. We're going to do it. Mamma Mia, here we go again. The sequel to 2008's sort of successful Mamma Mia film has most of the main cast returning for another ABBA-fueled family drama comedy musical adventure. The first Mamma Mia film grossed a number I could not believe, $144 million domestically, which doesn't sound right, but apparently it is. It comes out, I wrote January 19th. I don't think that's right. I think it's July 9th. No, that's not even right. I don't know when it comes out. It comes out in July. Someone's going to own it. The bidding is open. Matt has it for 7, Sarah to 8. Matt in for 9. We've got a back and forth here. Will it break double digits, or will Matt own it? No, Sarah in for 10. Sarah has the most money remaining at $36, but Matt has the third most with $31. Matt has it for 11, going once, going twice, and sold to Matt for $11. Congratulations, Matt.
Feeling good about this one.
Yeah, that's really your...
Feeling good about this.
You're going
one.
for that same book club audience?
Tell me, is it the same cast as the original?
Like 90% of it is, yeah.
But not Meryl Streep.
Yes, that's the 10% who didn't show up. But Pierce Brosnan came back, so...
And
that's
Cher.
really what...
And Cher.
And Cher, yeah.
Really the 2 biggest stars in America.
Okay. I mean, that's the draw right there, was everyone wanted to hear Pierce Brosnan's angelic falsetto.
Absolutely. I've always said he didn't sing enough in those James Bond movies.
Indeed.
They don't listen.
He didn't sing the Goldfinger theme?
I would have paid money to see him sing the Goldfinger theme. That would have been awesome. No, we're just stuck with ABBA for now. Guys, we're 2/3 of the way through. We've done 20 movies. We've got 10 left. Let's do a recap for the folks at home to keep them in the loop as to where we stand. Again, we'll go from most money remaining to least. Sarah, you got the biggest purse here. $36 left. You own 3 films, the least of anybody. Avengers Infinity War, Breaking In, and The Equalizer 2. After that is Colby and Emily, $33. They own Overboard, Life of the Party, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. After that is Matt, $20 with Book Club 2, Deadpool 2, Sicario 2, and Mamma Mia 2. Really just a sequel-heavy lineup.
What would Book Club 2 be about?
Well, if they read 50 Shades of Grey in the first one, in the second one, I think they had to, like Matt and I did, read Ready Player One, and they just complained about it the whole
video
time.
Gamers.
Yes, exactly.
Right, okay.
And they're just confused the whole time. They have no idea what's going on.
God damn it, this guy really loves the 80s. What is it?
Yeah, man. After that, Dan has $14. He owns Solo, Ocean's 8, Uncle Drew, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. And with the least amount of money remaining, $13, they own Hereditary, Incredibles 2, Tag, The First Purge, and Skyscraper. The most movies of anyone as well. Now, guys, before we continue, does anyone have anything they'd like to say at this point? How they're feeling about the draft so far? Anything they're looking forward to in these remaining 10 films? Or should I just stop talking and we move on?
I wish I looked at domestic earnings.
I just want to forewarn everyone that I will be putting all of my remaining money on Disney's Christopher Robin. Just put it all on there because I think it would be hilarious.
Is this like the Pete's Dragon of this draft?
You're exactly right. And it worked out well.
Pete's Dragon moment. I just think it would be great to have Deadpool 2 and Sicario 2 on the same list with Disney's Christopher Robin.
And Mamma Mia.
And Mamma Mia.
Seems right.
So I'm coming out right out of the gate. 20. Boom.
All right. Wow. Look, shot called. All right. Well, we got a couple movies before we get to it. Our next one's a big one. Mission Impossible, Fallout. Tom Cruise is back.
Colon-heavy summer. It's a very colon-heavy summer.
The amount of sequels is frankly shocking.
Sorry, Sean,
No, not at all. Tom Cruise is back, and this time he has even more vastly over-the-top action stunts and running away from explosions. This is the 6th installment in the Mission Impossible franchise, the last of which was 2015's Rogue Nation, which grossed $195 million. Will Fallout do the same? We'll find out when it's released on July 27th, but right now it is open for bid. One of the, maybe it's for you guys to decide, one of the last few big movies of the draft, I would argue, but we'll see how it does in the auction. Dan in for $7 right now. Colby and Emily for $10. We've got a three-way race here. Dan for $11. Kaylee and Brian for $12. Dan for $13. Dan's only got $14. He was just kicked out. No more money left there. Sarah for $14. Colby and Emily for $15. Kaylee and Brian are out as well. Sarah for $16. It's a two-horse race. Matt sitting this one out. Colby and Emily for $17. Tick, tick, tick. Whoa, Sarah for $18. She's jumping in again. Sarah has the least amount of movies of anyone here. Colby and Emily with $19. Sarah for $20. Not fooling around. Colby and Emily for $21. We're inching our way up for Mission Impossible Fallout. Again, the 6th in the franchise, if you can believe it. The first one released in 2000, right? Yeah. Colby and Emily, $24. You just bought it. Congrats. Woo! We'll confirm that. But that only takes you down to $9. So keep that in mind as we continue on to our next movie here. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. This animated film based on the successful Cartoon Network animated series, Teen Titans Go, the plot actively mocks DC Comics' recent string of bad movies. It's DC Comics' first animated superhero release in theaters, and one of the few animated films to come out this summer. It comes out June 27th.
How does it actively mock it?
The plot of the movie is that the Teen Titans want to have a movie made. And so they go to the other DC, they go to like Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, and they kind of make fun of their movies throughout the process. It's a movie about making movies. Who doesn't love that?
Right. Everyone
It'll
loves
get an Oscar.
Hey, with as few anime movies as we have this year, you never know. $8 to Sarah. She's leading it, and boom! I think that's a bargain at $8.
I'll take it.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Now I have DC and Marvel. I'm good.
Whoa, you do have the whole. you got the whole list there. Very nice. Now you just need to complete the trilogy with Disney and their Christopher Robin, as opposed to someone else's Christopher Robin. This fantasy live-action hybrid in the vein of the recently successful Beauty and the Beast. Christopher Robin is now all grown up and has lost all sense of imagination. In a twist we all saw coming, Pooh and his friends from the 100-Acre Wood re-enter Christopher's life to help him find it again. It comes out August 3rd from the fine folks at the Disney Corporation. We know Matt's in for 20, so, he called his shot. Will he do it? That's the question. Dan's in for 11, and Matt is silent.
I think it's going to be a surprise horror movie.
You think so? Disney's Christopher Robin, like the bear eats him or something, you think?
Yes.
It's like
it's going to go Chucky
thriller.
Turns out Pooh was a brown bear this whole time.
Had rabies? That would be dope. Matt's in for 20.
Oh, damn.
I wasn't kidding.
I'm a man of my word.
And boom, just like that, Matt, $0 left. Our first player out of the draft.
I listened to a podcast recently that was trying to determine whether Winnie the Pooh was like very old or very young. It was interesting.
Winnie the Pooh's also a girl. I did
Isn't
not
he
know.
like ageless?
Really?
Doesn't he not age?
I don't know.
I always thought he was like a forest spirit that had like been
Like
inhabited.
Tom Bombadil.
They said they decided to do
That's what I thought he was.
Pooh was based off Tom Bombadil. We
Exactly.
cracked the
Yeah. I was trying to think of the guy's name. Yeah, he's Tom Bombadil.
I think Dan shouted it, but I'll take the assist.
Thanks. Thanks,
Teamwork
former
makes the
teammate.
dream work.
No, I would do that movie, a Winnie the Pooh, Lord of the Rings crossover.
Ooh, yeah.
The movie Hot.
You thought that was the greatest. What's the meme? You thought that was the greatest crossover of all time?
Oh, the Avengers, yeah.
Oh my God, Pooh Bear with orcs. I want to see that.
It'd be pretty fun.
It's the movie
Like
Hollywood's
he's
been
there
talking
with
about.
honey.
He's climbing up the tree to try to get the honey, and it turns
Yeah.
out the tree is an ent.
Disney needs to do their crossovers with like their other films. So you get Winnie the Pooh mixed with like Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's just him and Johnny Depp, and they're both drunk off their respective choices. This
Like
honey, and Jack's like, "Oh, Bear, I can see you got your honey."
Why is the honey gone?
Mm.
Oh
So
boy.
much for that.
Yes.
Oh boy. Disney, if you need any script ideas, come see us. We got you. We got your back. We got you covered.
Damn, now I can't bid on Crazy Rich Asians now.
No, you can't.
Sean,
you
are you
can't.
sure this is a real movie?
Oh, boy, it's not only a real movie. It's based on a
Okay.
real book. So
All right. It is okay. I'll take your word for it.
everyone look forward to that coming up. But right now we've got Mile 22. It's an action thriller directed by Peter Berg, the mind behind Battleship and Hancock, among other films. It stars Mark Wahlberg as an elite American intelligence officer who tries to secretly move a police officer with sensitive information out of a foreign country. Berg and Wahlberg's last collaboration was Patriots Day, a movie Dan owned in a previous league, and it grossed $32 million. What will Mile 22 do? We'll find out when it comes out August 3rd. Right now, someone's going to own it. Matt is out. Colby and Emily got $9. Everyone else still in double digits. Dan's going to come in for $1, which $2 to Colby and Emily. I'm trying to think what the cheapest movie we've ever sold in the history of the league is. I think it's probably about $3 or $4. $4 to Colby and Emily. Time is running out. Will they get it for $4? Cheapest movie so far. Boom, you own it. Mile 22. Congratulations. Add it to the list. Takes you down to $5.
Will it go the extra mile?
Well, why aren't you hosting this, Brian? As Jack Sparrow.
Oh, yes.
That'd be fun.
Do you have
That'd
a
be fun.
costume?
Just dreads and a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't we cosplay this?
Rome.
Yeah.
Everyone has to
next
dress
one,
up as
next
a character
one.
from one of the movies in the draft.
Oh yeah.
That would be fun. I think
this.
Matt, in future episodes of Up for Debate, we need to have Brian call in character. Like, and
Is
look,
Jack
now joining
Sparrow?
us, no, but like each time it's someone. Now it's Albert Einstein. What are you doing here, Albert Einstein? And we'll just see how good Brian is at improv.
Physics.
Yes. All right. I'm sold on this. I'm sold on this idea.
We could have had him for Ready Player One. He could have been the main character in Ready Player One.
So memorable, you know his name.
I don't remember his name. Sean, that was a terrible book.
And a not great movie.
Did you see the movie, Matt? Wait, did you
Yes,
talk about the movie
I
on Up for Debate?
A whole hour you can enjoy us talking about the movie.
I'll have to go back.
Our Matt, what would you say our verdict was on Ready Player One, the movie?
It was not good. It was not a
It wasn't
verdict.
bad. It wasn't bad. I think we agree.
I think you were a little more lenient than I was.
I was closer to average than not good.
Matt,
Matt, you were in the solidly not good.
Yeah, it was because it sucked. But
Did anyone else here see it?
Such pain on your face.
did anybody else see Ready Player One?
I saw it, yeah.
What'd you think?
It was okay. I had been reading a lot of mixed things about it, and it was just okay.
Well,
Yep.
Dan and I appreciate all of your dollars.
That's true. That's true. Put you over the.
If
hey, it was a
only
$3
you had
million
given me
difference
about $3 million and one more dollars.
to beat the
That
record.
would
Could have done it.
Well, the funny thing is, if we had scheduled this draft a week later, you would have had your money. So that was just fate. Fate has not worked in your favor, but hey, trophies still count. All right, next up, we only have 6 more movies.
Because
left.
then I would hold the highest grossing team and the lowest grossing
you would.
team.
Well, hey, maybe Dan, this time around, maybe you can break it again.
We'll see.
Next up, The Spy Who Dumped Me. I couldn't find much. I literally just wrote an action comedy film starring Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon. No jokes. Just a funny movie with Mila Kunis, who keeps showing up in movies, and Kate McKinnon. It comes out August 3rd. The Spy Who Dumped Me. $3 to Sarah, who is in the lead right now. She has the most money left, $28. Dan with 4. Colby and Emily with 5. All 5 of theirs remaining. They're out. Sarah with 6. Going once, going twice, and sold to Sarah for $6. Good deal, I think. I think that might be a breakout. They're putting some marketing dollars behind that, which is interesting for kind of a lower budget, smaller studio film.
Yeah. I kind of wish The Spy Who Dumped Me was like not the same thing of like the Tom Cruise spy as the dude. But, you know, I like Mila Kunis, so.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Kate McKinnon's hot right now in Hollywood.
Sure.
Also in general, I guess, I suppose. But I was being more specific than that. But anyway, what were we saying? Next up, Crazy Rich Asians, the movie Matt's very excited about. And what did you challenge? You said, Matt, I can't use the words crazy, rich, or Asian in my description?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
I hope you've been thinking about this one, because this is a lofty challenge here.
No joke, Matt. I have like pre-written descriptions that I'm reading off of. Mine does not use the words crazy, rich, or Asians in it. So here we go. A romantic comedy based on the Kevin Kwan novel of the same name that explores the lives of Asia's successful and famous from the perspective of an American accidentally thrust into the world. It comes out August 17th, and it is available for bid. How did I do?
I'm going to give you like a C on that, because you said the word Asia's. What does that even mean?
No, it's Asia's successful and famous. The people of Asia who are successful and famous.
That's basically
Asia's underworld of successful people.
Okay, I guess that works, but
I'll take it. Sarah
yes.
leading the bid for $8, but Dan sneaks in at the last minute with 9. Sarah for 10.
I thought this was going to be some kind of crazy comedy.
It is a comedy, but it's more like a classy comedy than it is like a goofball comedy.
Okay. I thought this was going to be like it would have the guy from The Hangover in it.
No.
Something.
He's in Tag.
He is.
Is he? The guy that jumps out of the trunk and he's naked?
Oh no, not him.
No, he is in he's in a movie this summer. I can't remember. He's in one of these.
He's in Community.
It should be a sequel to Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah, Ken Jeong.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the guy that played Kim Jong-un in The Interview.
You gotta know
Like
more Asian actors, Matt.
Well, I'm just saying this is who would be in the movie in my head. This is who I thought in the movie.
No,
Jackie Chan would make an appearance.
We're gonna move on before this.
Oh, Ken Jeong is in this movie.
Oh, great. Good. Oh, that'll be fun. Crazy Rich Asians. While we were talking, Sarah, you bought it for $10. Congratulations. We've got 4 movies left. Next up, The Slender Man. I just wrote a horror film based on that weird internet thing. Read it that way. It's coming out August 24th. Will anyone go see it? Doesn't matter as long as they pay for their tickets. Kaylee and Brian are in for $2. Colby and Emily for $3.
Sean, didn't we talk about The Slender Man?
We did not.
We did. We talked about him in an episode where we were talking about internet sensations.
I don't think we...
That was the same episode, I think, that you gave up halfway through.
Oh, yeah. No, we were talking about like mythology. We were talking about Loch Ness Monster and Sasquatch and stuff.
Yeah, and then we just gave up and
talked about chewing gum for the rest of the episode. Which was much better. The second half of the episode was much better. Which was a great
discussion. We had a pretty good... We actually disagreed about that.
Yeah.
Which doesn't always happen on Up for Debate.
No. But no, I still don't know anything about The Slender Man. We'll see if Kaylee and Brian do. They bought the movie for $11 while we were talking. Congratulations to you guys. Just $2 remaining here in the league.
Kaylee and Brian,
yes.
I'm going to propose a trade to you guys. Do you want Sicario 2, Soldado, in exchange for Slender Man and prospects to be named later?
prospects to be named later.
Yeah, it's like a trade. It's like when they trade baseball players. You always get like, it's like this player and prospects to be named later.
Now, you know,
Think about it.
Fun fact.
I will take Deadpool for Slender Man.
How about book club? Man.
Is that allowed trading?
Well, actually, it's funny. In the official rules that have not changed since the very first time we did it, there is a provision that trades are allowed, just no one's ever done it.
So how about it? I still have 2 pierogies left if you're interested. I can mail
Trades for the pierogies.
Overnight mail.
2
Mail
pierogies.
disclosure, he said they weren't very good.
I did. That's true. But I could get the
I
good
think by
kind.
the time they get to Connecticut, they'll be even worse.
I'll get you a whole box of Mrs. T's pierogies. They're the best kind of pierogies I've ever had.
I think you guys should take the deal. That's a pretty good deal.
Wow.
That and book club and Sicario Soldado.
Whoa, 2 movies and all that stuff?
A box of Mrs. T's.
Whoa.
Any flavor you want. And cash considerations.
All right.
Cash? Oh, yeah.
All right. Now we're
Send me a check.
now we're starting to get to actual illegal territory. So we're gonna move on to our next movie. Movie number 28. While you guys think about that deal, Replicas. As part of his comeback, I Need a Paycheck tour, Keanu Reeves stars in this sci-fi thriller as a man who will stop at nothing to bring his dead family back. I assume it involves making replicas, but that's just a guess. It's directed by the guy who wrote Day After Tomorrow, so let that be an indicator of quality. Replicas comes out August 24th. It is available for bid. We only have a few teams with money left. Kaylee and Brian, just $2. Colby and Emily, just $5. Sarah and Dan holding all the purse strings.
His other movie.
Oh, Thomas Middleditch is in it.
Well, already the bid is over. $4. Colby and Emily. That's it. That is it. Done and done. And good on Thomas Middleditch. He's not in many movies.
It's true. He's breaking out of those Verizon commercials.
Finally, his star is born.
He's also doing a tour, stand-up tour with Ben Schwartz.
Really?
Really?
I didn't know he did stand-up.
Colby and I are going to see them. They're coming to the Wilbur in June.
Oh, that's fun.
They're doing a little tour.
Oh, that's great.
Very exciting, yeah.
Oh, good. Good. Fighting with
We're
my
all proud of him.
He's growing up.
For Ben.
It's a big boy.
He's moving up in the world.
Yep.
Our second to last movie, Fighting with My Family, directed and written by British funny man and friend of Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. This film stars a group of professional wrestlers in a semi-autobiographical tale about wrestling. Interestingly enough, comes out September 14th. Fighting with My Family, available for bid. Colby and Emily with $1, Kaylee and Brian for $2. They're both in for their full amounts. Sarah's in for $3. The question is, Sarah and Dan, $12 and $14 respectively. Sarah going to take it for $3.
All right, great.
Congratulations. I think we know what Dan's strategy was on that one.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, I had less than you anyway, so.
Yeah, so Dan got to choose, and he chose The Predator. Our last film of the draft, coming out September 14th, directed by Shane Black, who directed Iron Man 3 and The Nice Guys. It's the second reboot of the Predator franchise. The last one, 2010's Predator, which grossed $52 million. It's the final film. And there's not a lot of suspense in who's going to own it. He's in for his full $14. The famous bid can't be beaten is on screen, which means we confirm it and lock it in. Congratulations, Dan. You own The Predator. And that does it. That wraps up the summer movie draft. Congratulations, everyone.
Woo!
You did it. You survived. Congratulations. 30 movies come and gone. Let's conclude by reminding everyone what movies you guys want to know what you bought?
Sure.
I was sort of in a fugue state the whole time. So
You know, it happened so fast. It was a whirlwind. Let's do it in the order of who has the most money remaining. I guess who spent the least. Sarah, you spent $91, and you got Avengers: Infinity War, Breaking In, The Equalizer 2, Teen Titans Go to the movies, The Spy Who Dumped Me, Crazy Rich Asians, and Fighting with My Family. Next up. Yeah, you went a little nuts towards the second half of the draft.
I realized I had a lot of money and I should get rid of it. So that's what happened there.
It is an interesting slate because you look at, of course, Avengers, but I think Teen Titans Go is a good buy, and some of these later movies, one of them's going to break out. You just got to get the right ones. So
yeah, there's a Jumanji in there.
The Spy Who Dumped Me. I think for me, I got my eyes on that one. Next up, Kaylee and Brian, you spent $98, and you own Hereditary, Incredibles 2, Tag, The First Purge, Skyscraper, and Slender Man. Probably the shortest titles of anyone of these movies. How do you guys feel about your purchases?
Feel pretty good. I think we got some bigger names in there.
Got a lot of horror for some reason. I don't know.
Well, it could be a big summer for that.
Gravitation.
Very good. Yeah, and it's a nice mix. Skyscraper, Incredibles 2. You got some good solid films in there. Next after that, spending 99 of their dollars, Colby and Emily, you purchased Overboard, Life of the Party, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation, Mission Impossible Fallout, Mile 22, and Replicas.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling about your slate?
About which one?
Your slate.
Oh, I'm feeling pretty confident.
I feel like Jurassic World and Mission Impossible could be a nice combo. Plus, we got a bunch of other movies.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I think you got a solid film in Hotel Transylvania as well.
I think Overboard's going to lose you money. Make negative dollars.
Has that ever happened, Sean?
It's literally impossible. You can't have a negative dollar movie.
It looks terrible.
But then again,
wait.
I took a new strategy this time and didn't look at any of these movies beforehand.
And how do you felt that
Sean,
for you?
What was the Kim Jong-un movie with Seth Rogen?
The Interview.
The interview.
Did you guys have that in a draft?
No.
Because
that was before we started this.
Yeah.
But wasn't that not allowed in theaters? Like it was gonna be, and then Netflix bought it?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, it
the
was
one
Sony,
that got
with the
leaked
Sony
in the
hack.
Sony hack, right?
Yeah.
So technically, it could have happened where you get nothing.
Well,
if that happened.
No, we've had that happen several times where a movie gets pushed back or never, like Kidnapped, Dan famously bought, or Sarah, you bought, and never got released. And there was another
Patriot. It was the Patriot Day movie, wasn't it?
I think that got pushed, and so we
pushed
had
back.
to. So the rules state that I give you a replacement movie of somewhat equal value.
You don't just deduct the cost of that movie made.
like $200 million subtract. Just write it off like a bad tax. Yeah, no, we don't do that. We're very nice. We give you a replacement film. So we'll see. Hey, who knows? One of these could get moved or replaced. It has happened. We have two teams that spent all 100 of their dollars. We'll start with co-host Matt here. $100 you purchased Book Club, Deadpool 2, Sicario 2, Soldado, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, and Disney's Christopher Robin. Matt, how do you feel about that?
I feel awful. I don't think I had a good draft. I'm going to be looking out, seeing if I can make some trades with some people.
Yeah, work the phones.
I feel pretty confident. I think I can win over some good movies to my lineup, and I think Deadpool 2 is going to be all right. I think that's going to pull in some money, but I think Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again just might be the hidden gem of the summer. I think now more than ever, people need a lighthearted film that they can sing along to in theaters, and I think they're totally going to go and do that. And I don't even know what Sicario 2 Soldado is about, but people like movies where there's action, so whatever. And why did I buy Book Club 2? I don't know. No idea.
Matt, we'll keep guessing that one for a while, but
that's it. Yeah,
that's your slate. We'll see if maybe you can trade your way up. But for now, we'll move on to Dan, who also spent 100 of his dollars. You own Solo, A Star Wars Story, Ocean's 8, Uncle Drew, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and The Predator. Dan, how do you feel about that?
I wish I had saved my money on Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I had enough money that I could have bought out Mission Impossible. But I feel pretty good. I think I don't have Uncle Drew is probably not going to be that great, but I think I only spent $5 on it.
I got an asterisk next to that one for breakout potential.
It could be, but all my other movies are definitely going to be solid. So, but I think other people have more explosive potential.
I agree. maybe I'll hold my analysis for a future episode of Up for Debate. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
I mean, you called it last time. Just saying.
Well, did I?
Yeah, you said I was going to win.
Oh, well,
or Sarah and I, rather.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I think you're right, Dan. I think it comes down to does one of these Avengers, Deadpool, Incredibles, Solo, Jurassic World, one of them is going to break out real big. I think, Dan, you do have a really good shot because I think Solo, Ant-Man, and Ocean's 8 is like a trifecta that's going to be really hard to beat.
Yeah, and Predator is going to be like at least $100 million at the end to top me off.
Yeah, and I think even Uncle Drew's a decent own. But I think
Colby and Emily, Hotel Transylvania, Mission Impossible, and Jurassic World.
I agree. If Jurassic World does like the first one, I think they're my concern is that I don't know if that franchise has the staying power. Mm-hmm. I hope it does, because if it does, I agree with you, Dan. I think Hotel Transylvania is a good, solid film, and Mission Impossible always does well. So, I think there's a good shot there as well. So, but hey, it's really anyone's game. You can follow the league all summer long. We'll be updating it on the show, but also on our website at any time, upfordebate.tv/movies. You can get the spreadsheet there every week. We update it with the latest facts and figures, and you can tune into the show and find out more. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here. I'm very excited. Hopefully, when we regroup in what will probably be late September, early October to draft for the Winter League, we will have a winner, a very successful winner with a lot of box office dollars. It should be fun to follow all summer long. You can also follow us on Twitter at UpForDebateTV. We tweet the scores every time we update them, so it's the best way to find out who's doing well and who's doing, shall we say, not so well at any given time. Lastly, I'll just mention UpForDebate.tv. I won't do the whole spiel this time because these people have their they have Westworld to go watch. But you can go to our website anytime and get past episodes, the audio, the video, they're all there, as well as the subscribe button that tells you where you can get the show. So that's a no-brainer. Thanks to everybody on the Skype and also listening at home. On behalf of Matt, I'm Sean. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for more good times and discussion here on Up for Debate.